Hey everyone, today we are going to set up a flight case to get ready to fly with your pistol. Let's get into it. Now, flying with a firearm can be a little bit scary, but as long as you have your case set up and you know what you're walking into, it can make things a lot easier. So today I'm gonna set up a new flight case for my Glock 19, for my ammo, my magazines, the knives, everything that I wanna fit in here. I'm gonna show you guys how I lay it out. I'm gonna show you how I cut everything and how I prep to get ready to fly with this. Now, there are links down below to this case. This is a Pelican V100, and it's the perfect size for what I'm looking for this time around, but I'll put links down below to a handful of different cases that I recommend, so you can check those out. If you use those links, it helps the channel out a little bit, helps me make more videos just like this one. Now, I do want to say at the beginning of this, I'm not a lawyer. You need to check your local laws and the rules and regulations with the airline before flying. But generally speaking, you want your firearm and your ammo and your magazines inside a flight case, and then you want to lock this flight case up, and then you can either check this the way that it is, or you can put this inside your actual checked luggage. And if you're gonna do that, that's the way that I'm gonna do it, then you typically wanna run a cable around this handle and cable it to something inside your luggage so this case can't get walked away from your regular luggage. And I also want no one to be able to access this case, the inside of this case, without me being there with my key. So I'm using regular locks, not TSA locks. All of that set aside, this is more about how we set this case up. And so the first thing that we want to do is figure out what all we want in the case. One of the important things is you want to transport your ammo in factory ammo boxes. This is going to give you the least chance for trouble going through this process. Let's jump down and let's start putting together this case. So here are all the things that are going to go in the case. I'm just going to throw my holster in the checked luggage because I don't want to take up extra space in the case. So firearm, 2 magazines, 2 boxes of ammo, 2 knives if possible, but at least 1. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to open this up. Now, I think it's a good idea to try to leave as much space on the outside here as possible, because obviously the more foam that is on the outside, the better for the shock absorbance and for how these things are protected. Firearms aren't particularly fragile things anyway, but the more protection, the better. So we're going to put the firearm in there. We're going to put 2 magazines in there, like that. And then we want 2 boxes of ammo. Now this is gonna be 1 slot, and this is gonna be 1 slot that we're gonna cut here. And then probably something like that. So once you have your layout roughly put together, I take everything back out, and then we pull the foam out of the case so that way we can start cutting the foam up. I like to use a cutting board. Any sort of cutting board will do, just to make sure that you don't nick up the table at all. And then you just put everything back on before tracing it. And once you have everything laid out, I like to use a real fine point Sharpie. You want pretty thin lines here so that way you're not having any trouble having a bunch of marker all over when you're done. Trace the outline of everything, and I kind of tip the edge of the marker towards the inside. You want the foam cutouts to be tighter than the items themselves, so just a little bit smaller is great. And I have great luck using just these regular razor blades here. They're disposable. You can grab a new one real quick if it gets dull, and this works really great for this sort of application. Once I have everything cut out, I'll go through and just kind of clean up the cuts and make sure everything looks good. In In this particular case, the ammo boxes are deeper than this one set of foam, so I actually have to pull out the second layer and cut into that for the ammo boxes to make sure that they fit flush down in there. And once all the cutouts are done, you just put the foam back in and then test fit everything and trim more if you need to. Once you put the foam back in the case, you'll notice everything does fit a little bit tighter because the case is squeezing the foam in. But this is a great thing because that gives you just a little bit more leeway to trim stuff if you need to trim some stuff up. And there you have it. This is the case fully put together. There's links down below to go check out this case, pick one up for yourself, as well as some other cases that are similar to this, different sizes, but don't forget to check that out. That's how I would set up a case to fly with a pistol. The best thing that I can say is make sure that you know exactly what all is going in your case before you buy the case. Lay everything out on a sheet of paper or something and measure the dimensions that you're gonna need, and then buy the case that is the smallest case that you can fit all of that stuff in. Now, like I said, this case is gonna go inside my checked luggage. If I was actually checking this like this and not inside my checked luggage, I would be more inclined to go with a larger case, less chances of it getting lost and stuff. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's how I would handle it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment if you enjoyed this. Share with your friends if you enjoyed it, and I'd appreciate it very much. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.